What's happening, everyone? Welcome to GBALL Vision. I hope you are having an awesome day today. We have an exciting video planned for you guys. We are talking about some of the best knives from 2023 that come in under that $100 price point. And I want to kick it off with the CJRB Large Pyrite. Guys, this has been exceptional. Now, I knew the original Pyrite from last year was great. The Warney Pyrite from this year is very good. But guys, the added size to this thing, the extra attention to detail of the mechanics around the pivot and that button, the thin slicey blade, the dual thumb studs, the ergos, the aesthetic of this knife. I love kind of this shadow box look on this knife. It looks very clean, very aesthetically appealing. I love this thing, and typically you can get these for right around $60, $65, somewhere in that neighborhood. Now I believe or hope that eventually they will be doing a upgraded version of the large pyrite. I'm almost betting on the fact that they will be doing an upgraded version. And for a button lock, guys, the spring detent is just exceptional. The action is very well done. The RPM 9 performs as it always has, very well. Very corrosion resistant stuff, very tough stuff. Seems to hold an edge for a good long time. I'm a huge fan of RPM 9, especially at that price point. The CJRB Large Pyrite is going to make it to the end of the year as one of my favorite under $100 knives of the year, no question. Next up, of course, this knife is going to make this list, and this is probably going to win my $80 knife of the year, no question about it. The Savivi Vision FG. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do my end of the year stuff, but this will definitely make it to the end of the year as one of the best buys of the year, without question. That beautiful blade, Nitro V, dual thumb studs, that awesome super lock, guys. Very strong, very fidgety, and this is one of the knives I've dedicated to putting through some testing when we go outdoors here very soon. This does have a closed construction due to that super lock, making the ergos very, very nice. I threw a milled clip on here from Savivi, giving it a nice little clean aesthetic appeal. But guys, this knife is very popular and for very good reason. It's comfortable. It looks awesome. It works very well. It has a nice thin slicey blade. The action is awesome. The lock is unique and different. I'm a huge fan of this Savivi, and I haven't said that very often over the last couple years. Not that they don't put out good stuff, but this is something different. This is something unique, and I am a huge proponent of this. I highly recommend, if you have not checked out the Savivi Vision, this is definitely one that you're going to want to take a look at some point in time. Definitely a 2023 winner. Without a question, a winner in 2023. We just got to figure out what category does it win, or what categories does it win. Absolutely a phenomenal buy. So if you're saying to yourself, those knives look a little small, I need something that's built like a brick shit house, something that's built like a tank. Well, I wouldn't look much farther than the Artisan Cutlery Accelerator. And this thing is an absolute beast. RPM 9 on the blade. This has a PVD coating, harpoon to the drop point there. You do have some jimping along the spine. Nice teardrop or key-shaped hole there for deployment. And guys, this thing just thwacks out of there every single time. The action is very good, especially the close, because of this heavier blade and this harpoon up here. It just drops, and you don't have to do anything. It will drop, no question about it. They gave us very good access to the liner, a chamfer, great micarta handles. A nice pocket clip. They do have a backspacer in there with a hidden lanyard loop in there. The Artisan Cutlery Accelerator, I think it's like 80 or 90 bucks, something like that. So getting close to the $100 price point. But guys, this thing is a tank. You can climb up here for some detailed type work. You can use standard grip for just regular slicing or whatnot. Or you can come all the way back here if you have something you need to hack on. And we're going to actually be testing this one as well to kind of see what it's capable of. Now, this has a little thicker geometry because it's meant to be a little harder use knife than the previous two. But I think this thing is an absolute animal. And I believe that if you're looking for a budget-ended knife that's overbuilt, built like a tank, the Artisan Cutlery Accelerator is definitely one to take a look at. So now this one is not a completely new model. It does have a previous Gen 1 or version 1. But this knife has to make this list. This comes in like right around 60 bucks. This is the CMB made knives Predator version 2. And guys, this thing is also a mini tank. Like when you get this in your hand, you feel like you have a solid, strong knife. And everything that I can tell, you definitely do. You're getting 14C 28N on the blade steel, which is phenomenal at 60 bucks. You're getting a very well done crossbar lock. They do have some protrusion there, so it's very easy to disengage or use it as an opening method as well. Very fluid, very easy. The dual thumb studs work very good. They're placed very well. Very easy to manipulate with the thumb and reverse flick. They do have micarta scales on here that are very well done. I love how companies are starting to use some better micarta, better looking stuff, better feeling stuff, and this is some good stuff. You know, some of the better stuff that I've seen in a while. You have a nice deep carry steel rollover clip there. It does loop down there, but I do not feel that clip in hand at all. It is reversible for our lefty buddies. The action is awesome on this thing. The ergos are great. The price is great. Materials are awesome on this thing. It's slicey, but yet when you have this, you don't feel quite like it's gonna break on you. You know, it's slicey, but you can still beat on this knife, and that's something I really like about this. Nice big choil there for sharpening. Love that swedge that goes to the tip. Great knife from CMB, and I look for them to keep doing some awesome work. So this one's coming in well under the $100 price point. This actually comes in right at $50. The Megaron Moyero is an absolute banger when it comes to price versus material and build. It's astounding what Megaron is putting out in their materials and builds, and then what they're charging you for it. 14C 28N on the blade steel. Put a PVD coating on there. Nice drop point blade. Teardrop shaped hole or key shaped hole. The action is just incredibly well done. Nice detent, great closing action. They give you a nice amount of access with a beautiful chamfer on that liner. Absolutely phenomenal. Dark, you got blacked out hardware, white G10 handles. You have a milled titanium clip, and this is all for under 50 bucks, guys. G10 backspacer, great ergos. You can choke up right behind the edge. Standard grip is very comfortable, and because of that milled clip, you do not feel that in hand at all. Love this thing. One of the best $50 knives of the year. One of the best knives under $100 of the year, no question. The Megaron Moyero. So by the end of the year, there's going to be a race for the best under $50 knife of the year. Now, Megaron has taken the lead in a sense over my reigning champion for the year, which is the Petrified fish Viking. This thing is an absolute banger. For under 50 bucks, you're getting K110 steel, nice straight back blade, a lot of belly here, but remains very pokey. This thing is very slicey. It comes down nice and thin. K110 is Bowler's K110, and they do a great job, equivalent to D2. Petrified fish logo there on the pivot. They keep the blade nice and clean on the show side. The show side of the scale is nice and clean, meaning that I don't think this is reversible. No, you will not be able to reverse the clip. So that's one knock, but for under 50 bucks, the micarta is awesome. Love this blue micarta. It's fuzzy, it's soft, it's grippy. I love this thing, and I love the swell that comes back here on the handle. It just gives you a lot of added comfort in your grip. And then to top it off, they throw a micarta backspacer in there. So this thing is very comfortable to wield. If you need something that you can poke into things with and then do like drag cuts with, or you're doing a lot of poking and slicing, say you're ripping open a lot of bags of fertilizer or concrete or whatever, that type of stuff, this thing will be absolutely awesome for the poking and slicing type tasks. They give you a deep carry rollover clip. I did end up changing it to a milled clip, and it works, I would say it works very good. They give you a nice amount of access in there with like a miniature chamfer. The action is incredible on this thing. Front flipper, and you have a fuller that can be accessed for the thumb, and the reverse flick. Now, once you figure it out, you will be able to get in there for the reverse flick. It just takes some getting used to. The front flipper tab is so well done, though. I love this thing. Very intuitive on the front flipper as well. Petrified fish Viking. If the Moyero is not quite your taste, the Viking is definitely another one to take a look at, and it's quite a bit bigger. No, you're not getting the 14C, but you're getting well done Bowler K110 on the steel, so it's nothing to sneeze at, especially at the price point. Hell, Savivi is using it on a $100 Savivi Sentinel, so it's definitely very well done in the $40 price point. So if you're saying to yourself, boy, the Accelerator is nice, I like the big size, but I want something with a little different blade shape, well, right here, guys, the Vasty knives Gator. This thing is an absolute tank. So is the Accelerator, and I'm not sure about the size. They are very, very close in size. Two drastically different blade shapes. Of course, you have this nice sheep's foot Warncliffe style blade, 14C 28N on the blade steel there. You have dual thumb studs, a mini fuller, front flipper and rear flipper tab for the deployment. You have frag textured micarta, two-way reversible clip with a filler tab. Clip's done pretty well, and I believe they are doing some upgraded versions of this knife. I think this is an exceptional work knife right here. It would work very well as an EDC knife as well. You can choke up right behind the edge. This thing is nice and tall, so it comes down pretty thin actually. I'm a huge fan of the Gator. And this is definitely going to make it to the end of the year as one of my favorite knives of 2023. The Vasty knives Gator. Next up, we got, in my opinion, the most impressive button lock of the year, and under $100, and maybe of the entire year. The Exciton and Ziphius are very good, but they are, $350. This knife is $50 or $60. The CJRB Riff, guys, if you're looking for a budget-ended button lock that has incredible spring detent for your opening method, look no further than the CJRB Riff. You have this nice, deep, wide fuller and a rear flipper tab for the deployment methods, and it truly feels like you are flicking a knife with a real detent in it. It is just incredible what CJRB was able to do with this knife. You have a nice, useful drop point blade here. Comes down pretty thin in the RPM 9 steel. You have green micarta scales. They have a bunch of flavors. I like CJRB's pocket clip, or what they've gone to. It's nothing crazy unique or different, but it works well and it does not affect the ergos. That is one of my main things. Does it affect ergos? And does it work well? Of course. And then aesthetics kind of comes into play as well. But this thing is so well done that this is probably going to win my budget button lock of the year. This thing is so incredibly well done and well priced. Ergos are great. I love how mean it looks with that fuller and the drop point blade. It just looks very mean. Nice thick handles. It's not too heavy though, even though it has full steel liners. It's not really that heavy in my opinion. I absolutely love the Riff, and I've been raving about it ever since I unboxed it, and I'm going to continue to rave about this knife. That'll do it up, guys. We do have some testing coming up of some knives that we are going to be going outside and brutally testing to see how they come out. And this is going to be one of the knives that we end up testing, the CRKT Ravel or Ravel or whatever the hell it's called. This is one knife that I plan on testing as well. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this list. Let me know what you would add. Let me know what you would take out and replace. You know, do all them things. If you're new here, give me a little subscribe down there. It's completely free. No charge to you. This one-time special offer. There is no charge to hit that subscribe button on this video. Definitely want to do it right now. And then when you get done, clicking the subscribe button and ringing the bell, you're going to want to go and check out this video.